Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to talk about lighting that we use here in the shop for exterior and interior detailing. So I have a couple different lights here on the table that we use, and also you can see the one behind me. We're going to get into each one specifically, and I'm going to show you how we use them, how they're mounted, how we put them in the car. The first one we're going to take a look at is the Neiko rechargeable LED light. So this is basically classified as an underhood light. So you can see on the sides, these are adjustable, and this would mount on the hood. So these lights are going to have two settings. This is going to be your brightest setting, and then it has a little bit dimmer setting. So we normally keep them on the brightest setting when we're working on vehicles on the interiors, and the battery life definitely lasts the entire detail. So you don't have to worry about these things going dead in the middle of your detail unless you try to stretch it onto the second vehicle. So that's why we have some that are charged up, ready to go. But these will definitely last a few hours as you're working on the inside of the car. Let me show you how this is adjusted and used inside the car. So I have a few sets of these lights, and when we're working on a four-door vehicle like this truck, we'll put them in both the front and the rear. They're great for SUVs, especially when you need that lighting farther in the back. And basically, this will fit, turn the switch on, right across from one door jamb to the other. And it has this foam here, so you're not going to be digging into the paint with any cut type of metal. These are getting a little worn out, so sometimes we will put a towel behind this just as it's touching the paint there. But you can see already, just from back there, it's already lit up inside. So you can see the light here stretching from one door jamb to the other. And really the biggest benefit is when we're trying to get in between the seats or these small little the cup holders and different sections inside of the vehicle. It really amplifies any dirt or dust that might be in those little cracks and crevices there. One small issue that I've been having with these is on some vehicles that are kind of have a skinnier body to them, these are a little bit too wide. So what winds up happening is they won't hold up here, or they will for a little while, and as soon as you bump them, they fall. And then what we could do is, some vehicles have roof racks. What we'll do is we'll lay down some microfiber towels and attach that to the roof rack with some bungee cords. Other than that, if it's just too skinny, we don't have the option of trying to attach it to something on the vehicle. That's where the other lights will come in. But these for larger SUVs and trucks work out perfect. As you saw behind me, I do have them hanging from the wall. I just used 3M wall hangers. They have the double-faced tape on the back, so just stuck those right to the metal wall. They're not super heavy, so you're not gonna have to worry about them kind of pulling off the wall and falling. They're definitely light. And then I just have the chargers kind of just hanging out here by the outlet. We're constantly swapping these out when we're working on vehicles, so it's very easy to just run over and grab another set when you need them. So I will be putting a link in the description down below this video of where to find these. I got these on Amazon. I believe they're about $96 a piece. These things have been holding up. They're pretty durable. We did have to do a little adjustments here where this extension plugs in. You can see it's a little loose, so every once in a while we do have to tighten it up. And if you do pull on them too hard, they most likely will crack off here. So you have to be a little careful with them. Don't try to overstretch them if you have a really wide vehicle. But definitely a good purchase and a good light to use for interior detailing. If you've watched our other videos, you might have seen either this light on the cart, or most likely you saw this one on the wall. These are both LED lights, and when I worked in my house garage, the walls were closer. I didn't have a huge shop, so I had this mounted on the wall like I do now in my house garage, and then this one was on the other wall. So I had the lights shining directly onto the vehicle on both sides. When I moved out here into the shop, obviously I didn't have that option of a second wall on the opposite side of the vehicle. So this one stays mounted to the wall. I basically just wired it for an extension cord to plug directly into an outlet. And the other one here, I wound up attaching to a drywall cart. So I found the drywall cart online. Again, I'll put that link down in the description, and just mounted it to the back with some clamps. And this light gets used basically on all details. And the nice thing about it is I'm able to angle it and see, and be able to get it on the paint so I can see any imperfections as I'm working my way around the vehicle. I do have another one of these lights, and my plan is to get another drywall cart so that this one can stay kind of on the opposite side of the vehicle. This one will stay on the wall, but I'll also have the option of a second movable light as we're working around the vehicles. Moving on to another exterior light that we use for paint corrections is this Astro light. Again, this is found on Amazon. Link will be down below. I believe I paid about 68 bucks for this. And it has two different brights, one there and a little bit dimmer. So this is excellent to use when we are doing paint corrections, when we're applying ceramic coatings, checking for high spots as we're moving around the vehicle. And I also, believe it or not, use this a lot when customers come by for an estimate on a vehicle. Maybe it's cloudy, the sun's not shining on their paint. I don't have room in here to pull it in underneath my lights, so I'll take this out with me. And lo and behold, they say their paint doesn't look too bad, but once we shine this light on there, we see the true imperfections in the paint, and we're able to give a more accurate estimate. So this comes in handy a lot. This is also rechargeable, and I'll kind of just go along the side of this car here and show you how we use it. This is a 55 Bel Air that's in for some light marks in the paint, and then we're going to put a ceramic coating on it. But you can see right now, with no light shining on it from this angle, you can't really see much in the paint. But once I bring this light over and we move along the paint, you can see the small marring that's in the paint. So this is definitely a good tool to use when we're doing paint corrections. And that's the less bright setting, which I don't really use that often. This is the main one right here. And you can see those scratches in the paint. Next up, we have the Brite Flame 2. So I purchased this through Detailed Image. I think it's around 28 bucks, and it's pretty bright, not too bad. It has, again, two settings like the previous light, and this could be worn as a headband. So, again, when you're doing paint correction, you have the light shining on the side. You might want to put this where you're focused, so you have this easily set up on your head, and you're able to aim that wherever you're looking. I know Brite also makes the flamethrower to attach to your polishers and your buffers. I do not have those, but this one gets used occasionally. This isn't something I'm breaking out every day, but this could also be used for interior detailing as well. So I'll show you the brightness on this inside the truck. All right, so if I'm working on the interior, and wherever I'm looking, you're going to see on the door panels here, I'll kind of move it over, and you can see it does illuminate the door panels pretty well. And again, it's moving wherever I'm focusing, so the light is traveling with me, and it's hands-free. Okay, so the next item on the table is another light that can be used both inside and outside of the vehicle, and that is this work light, this headband work light from Nightbuddy. So I ordered these, nightbuddy.com. I believe it was 5 of them for around 100 bucks. I know if you buy them individually, they're about $34.99, but I figured why not get 5, because we could all be using them as we're working on things. So the cool thing about this is you could turn it on and you have just the band light. But you could also put a setting on where it is motion activated. So I could wave my hand and turn it off. I can wave my hand back by and turn it back on. It does take a little bit getting used to, so when you have this on and you are inside of the vehicle, you might move your hand by your head, or you might be moving past the pillar or the door jamb or a seat, and the motion of that movement might turn it off or on, so it takes a little getting used to. But they are definitely a bright light, definitely nice for working on the inside, along with the LED light that we stretch across the door jamb. But let me show you how bright this is on the inside of the vehicle. All right, so here we have the inside of the truck, no lights. I don't have the LED light across the door jamb, but let me just come inside, and you can see as I move around that things are getting lit up, and we could see into the different sections of the vehial. A little bit closer. So I have the headband lamp on from Night Buddy, and you can see as I move around, it's lighting up cup holders, small little sections in between the seats. It's definitely a lot brighter. So this Night Buddy light paired with the LED light that we stretch across the door jambs definitely amplifies everything on the interior. So that does it for all of our lighting that we use here in the shop. If you have any other lights that you use that you think are making your job easier, definitely share them in the comments below. I'd love to check them out and possibly add them to what we have here. If you have any questions about the lights that I'm using right here that I showed you, again, drop a comment below. I'd be glad to help you out or send you in the right direction. So I guess that's going to do it for today. That's all of our lights. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one.